Fedor Emelianenko was never built to impress. He was built to endure. In an era obsessed with noise, ego, and spectacle, Fedor walked a different path. No trash talk, no show, no hunger for attention. Just discipline, silence, and an unbreakable will. He didn't look like a superhero. He didn't move like a movie star. And yet, when the cage closed, something ancient woke up inside him. Fedor grew up in post-Soviet Russia in conditions that shaped men early. There were no shortcuts, no privileges, no safety nets. Only work, only routine, only pressure. While others chased fame, Fedor chased mastery. While others built images, he built foundations. Combat Sambo wasn't just a sport for him, it was a philosophy. Control first, balance always, violence only when necessary. His expression never changed. Win or lose, blood or sweat, the face stayed calm. That calm wasn't weakness. It was dominance under control. When he entered pride, the world expected monsters. They got an emperor instead. Bigger men fell. Stronger men broke. Louder men went silent, not because Fedor was reckless, but because he was precise. Every movement had a reason. Every strike had timing. Every finish felt inevitable. What made him terrifying wasn't power alone. It was certainty. He never rushed. He never panicked. He never begged the moment. He waited. In a sport where chaos destroys most careers, Fedor learned to live inside chaos. And that is where greatness begins. Because real strength doesn't announce itself. It doesn't scream. It doesn't need validation. It simply arrives and does the work. This is not a story about dominance alone. This is a story about restraint, about humility, about becoming dangerous without losing yourself. And this is only the beginning. Greatness is not tested when everything goes right. It is tested when the myth begins to crack. For years, Fedor Emelianenko felt untouchable, not because he believed he was invincible, but because he refused to believe in fear. Yet even emperors fall. When defeat finally came, the world reacted the way it always does. Doubt arrived. Critics spoke louder than ever. The same people who praised his calm now questioned his relevance. But Fedor didn't change. He didn't make excuses. He didn't chase redemption fights for headlines. He didn't reinvent himself for the cameras. He stayed silent because his strength was never built on approval. Faith played a role few understood. Not religion as performance, but belief as discipline. Faith in routine, faith in preparation, faith that loss is not the end, but information. Every defeat stripped away illusion. Every setback refined the core. Where others collapse under pressure, Fedor absorbed it. No rage, no self-pity, only acceptance. He trained the same way. He lived the same way. He carried himself with the same restraint. This is where most warriors break. When the crowd turns, when the belt disappears, when the myth no longer protects them. Fedor stood still because he understood something most never learned. Your value is not measured by streaks. Your power is not defined by applause. And your legacy is not built in comfort. It is built in how you respond when the noise fades. Loss did not expose weakness in Fedor. It revealed depth. The ability to lose without losing himself. The ability to walk through criticism without becoming bitter. The ability to continue without becoming desperate. That is a level of strength few ever reach. And that is why his calm never felt empty. It was earned because real warriors don't chase perfection. They chase alignment. Mind, body, purpose. And when those align, even defeat cannot touch who you are. When the noise finally fades, only truth remains. Fedor Emelianenko never needed to explain who he was. His legacy was written without words. No endless interviews, no desperate comebacks, no need to stay relevant in a world addicted to attention. He walked away the same way he walked in, calm, reserved, complete. That may be the hardest thing any warrior can do, because most people don't struggle with failure. they struggle with letting go of greatness. Fedor didn't. He understood that dominance is temporary, but dignity is permanent. Long after the titles, the records, and the debates, what remained was respect. Not fear-based respect. Not hype-driven respect. Real respect from opponents who felt his control. From fans who saw his humility. From a sport that still measures silence against noise, Fedor showed the world something rare. You can be powerful without being loud. You can be feared without being cruel. You can win without losing your values. In an era where strength is confused with aggression, he proved that restraint is the highest form of control. He wasn't the fastest. He wasn't the flashiest. He wasn't the loudest. He was the most centered. And that is why his presence still feels heavy, even in absence, because the strongest warriors don't disappear. They settle into history. They become a standard, a reference point, a reminder of what discipline looks like when it's real. Fedor Emelianenko didn't inspire by talking about mindset. He lived it, day after day, fight after fight, win or loss, unchanged. And that is the lesson that transcends fighting. You don't need chaos to prove strength. You need control. You don't need attention to be powerful. You need purpose. And you don't need to shout to be remembered. You need to stand firm when it matters most. This is the legacy of the last emperor. Not dominance, not invincibility, but inner order in a violent world. This story inspired you. Support the channel with a like and a subscription. Thank you for watching. Welcome to The Warrior Within.